European Commission has said it will take action against Croatia after it failed to respond to the EC's request for compliance with the European arrest warrant.
The European Commission deeply regrets that Croatia has not responded to our urgent call with regards to the implementation of the European arrest warrant, and the fact that Croatia's national legislation has been changed a few days before the accession to contradict EU law on the European arrest warrant is really not a minor issue for us. This infringement of EU law goes at the very heart of European judicial cooperation. That is why Vice President Viviane Reding will therefore bring this matter to the attention of the entire College of Commissioners next week at their first formal meeting.
The limitations Zagreb placed on the warrant have been widely interpreted as a means of preventing the extradition of a communist-era spy to Germany. Croatia stands to lose EU funds if it does not change its new law. Foreign Minister Vesna Pusic, contradicting the stance taken by Prime Minister Zoran Milanovic, said that Croatia will have to comply with the European arrest warrant and drop the limits it has imposed. Once that is completed, then Croatia can launch an initiative to change existing EU rules, Minister Pusic said. Doctors, nurses, and healthcare technicians are headed for a general strike after a second attempt at mediation between unions and the government failed this morning. Union leaders said government representatives turned down all of their demands, while government representatives claimed they had brought a number of compromises to the table, all of which were turned down by the unions. Transportation Minister Siniša Hajdaš-Dončić is on an official visit to Indonesia this week. He is expected to discuss with officials in Jakarta the potential sale of Croatia's national air carrier, Croatia Airlines, to Indonesia's Garuda. A team of UN chemical weapons inspectors has returned to Damascus after visiting one of the sites of an alleged poison gas attack. The 6-car convoy went to the Damascus suburb of Muadamiyah, where the inspectors visited wounded people and took samples. Meanwhile, remarks made by U.S. officials appear to signal an increasing likelihood of a military response against the Syrian government.
If the United States stands by and doesn't take very serious action, not just launching some cruise missiles, then again our credibility in the world is diminished even more, if there's any left.
Russia warned today against any military intervention in Syria, saying the use of force without a UN mandate would violate international law. Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said Moscow had no plans to be drawn into a military conflict in Syria. Chinese prosecutors demanded a heavy sentence for ousted top politician Bo Xilai as his 5-day trial drew to a close today. He is accused of bribery, graft, and abuse of power. Bo's political star had been rising steadily until it ground to a halt last year by a murder scandal in which his wife was convicted of poisoning a British businessman. The court said the verdict would come at a later date. Croatia's most prestigious annual cultural event, the Dubrovnik Summer Festival, ended on Sunday with the traditional lowering of the festival flag from one of the city's historic landmarks, Orlando's Column. This year's 64th edition of the festival staged more than 143 drama, music, opera, and dance performances featuring more than 2,000 artists from around the world. In sports news, Dinamo Zagreb have departed for Vienna ahead of the return leg of their Champions League qualifier against Austria. The team need a dramatic turnaround in Tuesday night's match in order to make up a 2-goal deficit. Dinamo fired coach Krunoslav Jurčić after a catastrophic 2-0 home loss to Austria in the first leg of the playoffs. Assistant coach Damir Krznar, who has stepped in as a temporary replacement for Jurčić along with the team's sports director Zoran Mamić, says the team still has a fighting chance. Mamić says the probability of another debacle is minimal, but the question is, will it be enough to make up the difference? Tuesday's forecast calls for variable weather. Along the coast and in Gorski Kotar, expect scattered showers and thunder showers overnight and in the morning. There may be some lingering showers in the interior during the day. Winds will be mostly mild inland, on the coast a mild to moderate southeasterly, stronger in the south. Morning lows will range from 10 to 15 degrees inland and from 17 to 22 degrees on the Adriatic. The day's highs will be between 21 and 26 degrees throughout the country.